Boom shakalaka. Hey, okay, so let's make an episode. Divine Design, the podcast where we talk about stuff. What kind of stuff? The last few episodes I was on that biblical and stuff that went with the name of the podcast, Divine Design. You know, there's just a lot that could be said about that. And at the end of the day, it just boils down to the watchmaker analysis. Are we complex by design, or are we complex by random mutations over millions and millions of years? It's an unavoidably vast question. I don't really know. And I guess I'm okay with that. Um, I did come across something interesting though today. That's what I wanted to share. Check it out. So I am going to just go over some Chat GPT stuff with y'all. And Chat GPT is a mind blowing thing for me too. Like I get it that it's just simply a machine with programmed responses. After a while talking to it, you will get some of the very same generic things that it says. If you're talking to it, like about some deep, profound things or some trauma you went through or whatever, it'll always say things like "Thank you for trusting me with this." Like, kind of cheesy, but you'll see it over and over again. Just certain patterns. Anyway, what was that one though? Okay. I asked it about. Oh, okay. There we go. So I had asked it about the Epstein thing. We could go over all that, but we know. We know, right? Okay. So I did ask you though. Let's do a serious breakdown of how the rich elite or world leaders or they really impact society and the economy worldwide. The builder group, those secret meetings, societies, and private clubs, etc. Even if there isn't an evil cabal behind it all, these rich and powerful people, these rich people are powerful and they control the hold. They, oh, sorry. Look, check it out. The builder group, those secret meetings, societies, and private clubs, etc. Even if there isn't an evil cabal behind it all, these rich people are powerful and they control. And the Jesus. How am I supposed to have a script? Look, I can't even read what I wrote. I wrote this to ChatGPT. These rich people are powerful, and the control they hold of money and banking systems does control how the world operates. With all that said, dig some up and let's talk about it. And this is ChatGPT response. Nice. I'll give a clear source breakdown how wealthy elites, private clubs, and powerful leaders actually influence the world. I'll call out where influence is documented versus where people speculate. So let's start with the big picture. Core mechanisms of elite influence, how power works in practice. Networks and off the record gatherings, coordinations, norm setting, private meetings, let political leaders. What is going on out there? Did y'all hear the crazy beating these people are doing out there? Sirens and everything. Listen, I travel for work. Y'all know what time it is. I never know where I might be. Can you guess? Just take a poll. Where am I at today? All right. Examples: Builder Group Meet, annual Davos gathering run by the World Economic Forum. Money campaign, finance, lobbying, and corporate leverage. This is one I think that the interesting tidbit in it. Wealth buys access, political donations, corporate lobbying, and financing of think tanks shape who has a seat at the table and which policy drafts get serious vetting. Empirical work shows elite households and corporations have disproportionate influence on economic and policy outcomes. See the academic analysis of elite influence and campaign finance studies. No, that's not the one either. Where is. Okay, here we go. For a zip. control of capital flows, and tax engineering. Offshore companies, shell corporations, and tax haven strategies let capital cross borders with low oversight. That reduces government tax bases, increases inequality, and lets powerful actors shield wealth, which in turn funds more influence. The Panama Papers are a concrete demonstration of how widespread and institutionalized this is. So, the Panama Papers. Now, look, let's ask it, what are the Panama Papers? What if we just make a whole podcast where it's just me talking to ChatGPT and we just talk about what ChatGPT says? Oh, still waiting on the response. Okay, what are the Panama Papers? Oh, we got some pictures here. Let's read. Let's see. Ooh. What are the Panama Papers? Dear Sir, Madam, I write in regard to your organization's Panama Papers project, the publicly released documents obtained from Mossack Fonseca and Co. Mossack Fonseca and Co. The U.S. Attorney's Office. Oh, that ruins the podcast, don't it? Can't be having a loud old air conditioner over there. Yeah, it's pretty loud on the little bar down there. Okay, well, we're gonna roll with it, man. Y'all, it's raw. You know how I like to do it. I keep it raw, I keep it real. So, the office would greatly appreciate the opportunity to speak as soon as possible with any ICU employee or representative involved with the Panama Papers project in order to discuss this matter further. So, the Panama Papers were one of the largest investigative journalism leaks in history, exposing how the world's wealthy and powerful used offshore companies and tax havens to hide assets, avoid taxes, and sometimes launder money. The investigation was led by the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. Okay? Didn't even know about that one. That's something I'm learning with you today. We're going to learn today. So, the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. Consortium. I like it. So, let's break it down. Basic facts. The massive leak of 11.5 million internal files from a Panama law firm called Mossack Fonseca. Data covered nearly 40 years, 1970s to 2015, shared with hundreds of journalists across dozens of countries. These files showed how Mossack Fonseca created and managed shell companies for clients around the world. What is a shell company? It's a legal entity that has no real business operations, exists mainly on paper, can own bank accounts, property, yachts, stocks, etc. Shell companies aren't automatically illegal, but they become powerful tools for wrongdoing when used to hide who actually owns money, evade taxes, move money secretly, circumvent sanctions, launder criminal proceeds. The Panama Papers showed this system operating at industrial scale. So this is factual stuff. This is not any. There's no conspiracy theory here. This is what happened. All right, like we're only doing fact stuff, right? Who was exposed? The documents linked offshore structures to politicians and heads of state, billionaires and business magnates, celebrities and athletes, drug traffickers and organized crime figures. Not everyone named committed a crime, but many were shown using secrecy jurisdictions to avoid scrutiny and mask ownership. Several consequences followed: government investigations, criminal charges in multiple countries, political resignations, billions in recovered taxes worldwide. Why this matters so much? Before the Panama Papers, many people suspected elites used offshore systems. After the Panama Papers, we had hard proof. Names, contracts, emails, bank records, corporate structures demonstrated that a parallel financial system exists for the rich and powerful that ordinary people cannot exist. Let me say that again. The Panama Papers proved a power a Let me say that again. The Panama Papers proved a parallel financial system exists for the rich and powerful that ordinary people cannot access. It's a fact. And I promise you, whatever we're going to read down to the bottom of this, it's not going to say, and this documentation eliminated the elite's control over the world. And this was apparently up in 2015. That was just 10 years ago. They're talking about recovered billions of dollars in tax money, etc. You think that would just shut it all down? Definitely not. This system allows wealth to operate under different rules. The leak revealed something bigger than individual scandals. Global inequality is structural, not accidental. That's what the people that laugh at the tinfoil conspiracy theorists say, is that it's all just the way things are. There's nobody out there, trying to take advantage of the little guy. Dude, come on now. Okay, so governments often know about these systems. Powerful interests benefit from keeping them alive. Tax burden shifts downward onto the working people. This is proved. How many people don't even know about this? I bet there's millions of people that don't know anything about the Panama Papers right now. Okay, so when elites hide trillions offshore, governments collect less revenue, public services weaken, debt rises, ordinary citizens pay more. Did the Panama Papers end offshore finance? That's the question that I said. Did it end offshore finance? No. It did cause reforms, better transparency laws in some countries, new reporting requirements, greater scrutiny of shell companies. But the offshore industry adapted. Money keeps moving. No loopholes appears. It's a cat and mouse game. That's the thing. Like, if you're still allowed to make something called a shell company, then you're not doing something straight, right? I mean, the fact that term even exists. But whatever. The honest bottom line, the Panama Papers do not prove a single unified evil cabal controlling everything. Remember I said that? They do prove wealthy networks systematically exploit legal gray zones. Secrecy is a business model. Power protects itself. This is less about shadowy villains and more about incentive structures that reward greed, opacity, and consolidation of power. So, what do y'all think, man? Is the rich in charge? Is it Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates against the rest of us? Do we all need to have 15 years of MREs in a basement somewhere with 7 pallets of water because the world's gonna fall to shit and we're all gonna go to war, World War III in China and everything? Or is it just that we live in a crazy time where for the first time ever, information is at your fingertips. You're overloaded with it constantly, repeatedly. You're bombarded with it, thought after thought, second after second. Media, right, left, blue, red, dumb, dumber, smart, smarter, religion, no religion, God, no God. It's all a divide. It's a divide and conquer agenda full well in play, and it has to be. Because if it's just like this, what was it, Bug's Life? You remember the grasshopper? I know you remember the grasshopper. He said, yeah, they're smaller than us, but if they ever realize it, there's way more of them than there are us, and they'll take us out. Anyway, man, I hope you guys like this podcast. I haven't done one in a while, and this one is as raw as it gets. I had no pre-recorded nothing, honestly. I just told myself, man, if we're going to make a podcast, we just got to make a podcast. Sit down and do it. I didn't prompt nothing. I just remembered some stuff that I read on ChatGPT and thought about, you know what, I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I'm about to stop this recording and we're going to post it raw and real. I hope you like it.